Hello everyone, how are you doing? And I hope everyone is really doing fine, happy, and smiling. All right, now what are the priorities of a single Filipina and a married one? Single Filipinas, I have two types. I divided it into two types. Let's discuss the first one. Single since birth. No boyfriend since birth. And also single literally, like maybe at the recent time, real time, the person is single. Maybe just broke up or like really single and available. Okay, so this could be Filipinas and Filipino men too. Okay, because they have the same priorities mostly. Technically, what are the priorities of a single Filipina or Filipino? Number one, of course, is family. The parents and the siblings, the aunts and the uncles, the cousins, like that. But most especially the parents and the siblings. How is it when they prioritize your family? Of course, helping in household chores, listening and obeying their advices and their instructions, and being a good child. First is, of course, doing your responsibilities as they are training you inside the house, and also other responsibilities like maybe you are in charge of doing some errands like fetching water or paying some bills or buying something in the market or doing the laundry every weekend, things like that. Number two priority is education. Now, again and again, we always emphasize that education is very important in the Philippines because we all believe that this is our tool to success in the future. Because basically, getting a job in the Philippines, the qualifications is a bit on high standards. So like you have to be college level when you when you want to work in a fast food chain, college level or college graduate. When you get a good degree, so it's also the basis of a good income. Of course, there is also a requirement of the age, so this is basically one of the problems, let's say, or a dilemma of a lot of Filipinos who are looking for jobs because the age is, let's say, a bit of discriminatory. So there is an age limit. That's why also that a lot of Filipinos prefer to work abroad because most of jobs abroad is not that very rigid or meticulous in or particular in when it comes to age requirements in applying jobs. So the age limit in the Philippines, even in factories or restaurants, grocery stores, supermarkets like that, it's usually like until 25 or 26. Over than that, it's very hard. You have a limited opportunity. So yeah, it is very important for us to finish school, not just the secondary education, but to really earn a degree, whether it's 2-year course, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and if you can afford, really go to medical school, lawyers, like it would take you 10 years or more for that. It signifies that if you have a good degree, like in the future, you will be paid a bit higher. Our parents will always remind us that this is the only treasure that we can give you, that we can give you as an inheritance, and no one can steal and take that away from you when you have the knowledge, when you have the degree. That's how we see it there. And it will also be not easily be persuaded or fooled, let's say, because you understand things, not just the theory, but the practical side of life. Because in our educational system, it's not just about the general education, general sciences like that. We always integrate values education, good moral and right conduct, psychology from some of the good schools. They start from primary, high school with this kind of additional subjects, and also home economics. So this one, aside from our training inside the house, we were being followed up in our schools, both values education and home technology or home economics, which includes cleaning, cooking, agriculture, fisheries, some special skills that you want to improve more, those technical, let's say, skills. So as much as possible in our educational system, the objective is to really improve the kid in her or his totality. Number 3, priority of single Filipinas or Filipinos also is job, career, or let's say stability in the future. As our parents always remind us that finish your school first, get a job after, and then you earn your own money, save for your future. At the same time, you'll be ready when you have your own family. Of course, you will be self-reliant and you have a good future. I mean, you're stable, not too much that we are really very like ambitious. Whatever that we can work hard and achieve, that we are contented of that, as long as we are as long as we are working decently, earning decently. And our parents will always remind us that, okay, no boyfriends first, no vices, don't smoke, don't drink, or if you can, just occasionally, but don't make it as a vice or a habit, because it will just destroy you, destroy your future plans, destroy your life, and it's an extra expenses. So better you earn your own money first, and you can do a bit of like freedom. You will have your freedom to, maybe you can smoke, or maybe you can drink sometimes, or some this, let's say, pleasures of of being human. So then, of course, the next one or the last one is like self-care. This includes, like, of course, it's already innate for us, like since you're a kid, you're taught to self-respect, self-value, self-worth, things like that. So you will just maintain those morals and values that you are being taught since you were a kid. Next one is, of course, like and also the personal hygiene, and then you just continue, sustain, maintain all of these things. Then self-care, in the sense that you can already try to think of, like, if you already have a job and you're earning your own money, then your parents would not really like interfere on, like, you want to go travel, or you want to do some hair color, dye your hair, because you have your own money. But they will just remind you that don't spend too much, prepare for your future, save for your future family, and save for yourself in case of some problems that would probably arise in the future. So you should be prepared and ready for anything that is unexpected and could happen. So this also applies to our Filipino men. It's almost the same thing of priorities. The other type of singleness, let's say, is those who are single moms, who have, let's say, out of wedlock, maybe had made poor decisions before, that they have been separated, but they have been married before and got separated and they have kids, or maybe out of unavoidable circumstances, like, those bad circumstances that might have had happened. First one of the priorities of these women, or even men, actually, of course, if they have their kids, number one is their kids. So they wouldn't, as much as possible, they wouldn't want to get involved right away with someone, with a new man or with a new woman, if the kids are still small, or are still growing. So sometimes this is what happened there, that a lot of single moms or separated women, usually, mostly, because men, they are strong and they're independent, really, and could do a lot of things compared to women, and they can be trusted in that. So a lot of these women, for example, have, let's say, not waste time, but I mean, let's say, forgot about, or let's say, let this relationship pass for a while. So it would take them 5 years, 6 years to be involved again into a new relationship, when they see that the kids are stable, like, they're not going to buy milk or diapers, or they're almost about to finish school. So this is the reason why a lot of single moms will go hit the wall actually, and or takes time to be in a new relationship again. Number two priority is their extended family. So the parents, again, the siblings, because that's their number one support system when they had those difficult times, that during her separation or his separation, like that. Number three, again, is job or career. Of course, it's not just for herself. The reason is she's gonna do everything for the kids. She is not thinking about herself most of the time. That's why the next bottom list of priority is always like self-care. Like, it's the last. We think more of others first than ourselves. Self-explanatory. It's the same with those single, literally single since birth. When a woman especially happened to have a not so good experience in a past relationship, and then she turned into a single mom or a separated woman with the kids, the parents will always remind, and will be always trying to be more protective, although they're not meddling on your decision, but they will just be like bugging you, like, okay, next time, be careful, like this, you have your lessons, you should learn from it, like this. So they will always tell you that. Next one is priorities of a married woman or wife or partner. Of course, number one now is the husband and the kids. So she automatically knows her role without telling her what to do, and without the complaints, because it's what our society, our culture has been doing since all generations, and that is what is the usual thing that we do. So there's no question about it. And also, we feel good that we are doing the roles that we had understand that it is the right thing to do, and it is the natural thing to do. Always husband and kids. Then number 2 is the extended family, of course. The parents of the woman and the parents of her husband. It can also apply the same thing, I think, with the Filipino men. So for the Filipino men, so of course wife, kids, the same thing. So extended family is number 2, as again they are the support system, and they always think and value the efforts of their parents, of their old elderly people, because they always think that without them they're not going to reach what they are now, or who they are now, or where they are now. So they always have this debt of gratitude. They are not obligated to do that. That okay, the parents will say, oh, you have to send me, you have to give me money every month because I feed you before, I give you milk before. No, it's just in our hearts, really, because we always appreciate those people who have efforts, who have loved us, who have cared for us before. And yes, family is always important in the Philippines. Everybody is like family, even friends, even strangers. And we're just happy if we do that. I don't know, but it's just very like natural thing for us, natural feeling that we're happy to help, to be kind, to show our appreciation, to show our love and concern and respect. Of course, that's already included when you think of your husband, your kids, of course, your home. Your home, you will always think of how to make your home cozy, comfortable, peaceful, everybody's happy and in harmony. You help each other in household chores. When you are already married, you have already your husband or your wife, your kids. Of course, you are going to do your best to make a home, not just a house, but a real home that your husband can come home to happy, smiling, and your kids are in good hands. They are secure, they are protected, they are trained, they grew up and being honed in their skills, other skills, and with all this guidance of moral values and traditional roles too, to prepare them in their future life. It's of course the extended family, as considered as still part, because relationships are very important in the Philippines. We take it very seriously, and also the appreciation and the support system. And the next one is, of course, if we are working, men, of course, it's understandable that they're really going to work because they are the head of the home. It is understood they are going to really be the provider and protector. So for the woman, if she is working, then that's also the last priority that she can have. Not for herself, that she want to earn money for herself alone, but that is to support the family, also to help her husband, to be self-reliant also in case of other needs that your family needs in the future. It's also like your own achievement, or let's say we are not really like forced by our husbands, for example, by our men, that oh, you have to work, you have to do this, you have to. No, it's automatic that when a husband is working, he gives the budget in the house, an extra for your allowance and allowance for the kids, and you would be the one to budget. But of course, you have to be extra careful with the finances. You don't spend it to unnecessary things, and you have to account that to your husband. You have to ask permission And you also have to buy things that are important, even for your personal needs. Like, okay, if you're earning your money, that's not really a question that you need to ask permission from your husband. But if you're a housewife, of course, you will tell, okay, if he gives you the allowance, well and good, you can spend it. And not, you don't need to ask permission like, okay, I have to buy my nappies, I have to. No, it's not that really that small things. No, as long as you are frugal and you understand the, you know, the needs versus wants of your needs versus wants, and your family needs versus your personal want too. So always family first. This is gonna be short because my time is like thank you very much. Happy Sunday, and hope to have a video next time. I'm thinking of a very good topic for you. Right now my mind is really like, ooh. Bye. Stay positive.